What's up, Trophy Hunter? Welcome to my Platinum walkthrough for Cannibal Abduction. Basically, these are two games, Cannibal Abduction and The Night of the Scissors. To unlock the Platinum, we need to play both games, but let's start with Cannibal. Before you start the game, I highly suggest go to settings and set the brightness to shiny. In both games, we get chased by our killer, same as in Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X. And some encounters are random, so the only thing to get away is run away and hide in a closet. Now start a new game, and if you want all the trophies in a single playthrough, start right away with hard. Because we need to complete the game on hard, and there's a trophy for disarming a trap, and this is only possible in hard mode. You can skip the intro by pressing the option button. To the controls, you can move your character with the left stick or the D-pad. You can interact with things by pressing the cross button. You can run by pressing the square button, and you can use your inventory by pressing the touch button. So once the game starts, pick up the hammer, which is right in front of you. Keep in mind you have limited inventory space. Now turn left, interact with the toolbox and pick up the pin. Now go to the door to your right, open your inventory by pressing the touchpad and use the pin. Now leave the room, but do not pick up the flashlight, so we have more space in our inventory. So pass the flashlight and read the note. We need to read all the notes to get the trophy. So now go downstairs. Like I said before, you can sprint with the square button, but keep in mind you do not have unlimited stamina. Now go through the door in the middle. So now go right, up the small stairs and use the hammer on the door to the left. Now go through the door and read note number 2. So now leave the room. Now go downstairs and all the way to the other side. Go right and through the kitchen. Now check the table for another note. Now turn around and go through the white door. Now unlock the other door and then interact with the bathtub to get the key. From now on the enemy will start chasing us, so keep an eye on your stamina. So now leave the room and go all the way back upstairs. Now go right here and use the key on the door to your left. Go straight to find another note. Now head into the bathroom to pick up another pin. Now use the hammer on the door to your right. Now go through the door and put your hammer into the toolbox. So now go downstairs. Go through the middle door. Now go left and open the door to your left with the pin. Now go through the door to your right. There's a very high chance that the enemy will chase you now, but I got lucky here. If this happens to you, I suggest run all the way back where we picked up the second note, because there's a closet to hide. So check the shelf for a key and then go back upstairs. There's also a closet right here in this room. Now go to the room with the TV and pick up the tape. Now use the tape on the TV to make a save. So now go back to the previous room. This time go left, through the door. Now go towards to the dog to get the trophy. This will immediately spawn the killer, but do not run away, let the killer kill you to get another trophy. For some reason on this section the game is always very laggy. So now select rewind to last recording. So this time go to the right, up the small stairs and through the door to your left. Open the cabinet in front of you with the small key and pick up the dog food. Now go back to the room with the dog. Before you enter the room with the dog, check the table for another note. Now enter the dog room and pick up the tape from the floor. Now put the dog food into the bowl. Now go to the doghouse and pick up the knob and then go upstairs. Go right here and use the knob on the door to your right. Go through the door and upstairs. Go left here and pick up the wealth from the shelf. Now check the door to your left. There will be a lock with a radio frequency. The frequency is always random, so write it down. So now we need to go all the way down to the cellar. Be aware there is now a high chance that the enemy will find you. So before going down, check your stamina. Now use the valve on the pipe to your right. So now go back upstairs. Go through the door to your right and straight into the kitchen. Open the cabinet here with the key. Pick up the jug and use it on the sink on the opposite side. So turn around, leave the kitchen and go straight through the door. Now use the jug on the fireplace. And now select press to open a secret door. So once done, go back to the living room and save your game with the videotape. So now go right through the white door. Now through the other door, and to your left there is a radio. Interact with the radio and use your frequency. Now to get the padlock key you need to pay attention of the sounds. There will be 3 different sounds and each sound will play a few numbers of times. And this is basically your code. For example, let's say the first sound plays 3 times, the second one plays 4 times and the third one plays 7 times. This will be your padlock code. So listen carefully and write down the code. Like I said before, this code is always random. So once you have your code, make your way back to the cellar. Now go through the new opening and read the note to your left. Now turn around and open the cabinet, but do not pick up the item yet. Just open it and leave it alone, because this allows us to put the key into the toolbox, so we have more inventory space. So from now on it's possible that the killer will put some traps on the floor. Be careful, and whenever you see a trap, remember where the trap is, because we need to disarm at least 1 trap to get a trophy. As you can see, here is 1. So be careful that you do not run into a trap. So first make your way back upstairs to the toolbox room. Put the small key into the toolbox and then go up to the attic. Now go to the right and pick up the kit for disarming the traps and the videotape. Now go to the other side and open the padlock with your frequency code. Enter the room. Here you can find the last note. Reading all the notes will unlock the bookworm trophy. After that, turn around and pick up the rope. Now go down to the living room with the TV and save your game. In case you encountered a trap during your way down, disarm it with your kit to get the trophy. So after saving the game, run through the house and look for a trap to get the Southern Rogue trophy. So once you got your trophy, I recommend go back upstairs and put the kit into the toolbox to make some space in your inventory, and then go back down to the cellar. So now open the cabinet and pick up the item inside. Now to your left there is another videotape, pick it up and then go upstairs. So basically now we need to go all the way up to the bedroom. Now use the hexagon item with the lockbox near the bed's left side. Pick up the clock hand and go downstairs to the living room with the TV. Now interact with the clock to your left and set the time to 8:45. So now back out and save your game. So now go down to the cellar. Now go through the door to your left and pick up the key which is hanging on the wall. Now leave the room. Now check the hole to your left and use the rope. After using it, select descent. So usually this should unlock the trophy Undead. We reach the sewer without using a bandage. Now follow the path. Now go right and open the door with your key. Now there's basically just one way, so just follow the path. Go left here, follow the path, and you will end up with the secret ending. This should unlock another 3 trophies. The first trophy for completing the game on default, the second trophy for completing the game on hard, and the third trophy for the secret ending. So you can skip the credits by pressing the option button, and now it's very important that you select continue, because we still have one more trophy left. Now run down the cellar and immediately use the rope on the hole. Select descent. Follow the path and this time go left instead of right. Climb up the ladder and you should get the trophy Survivor. So now we're basically done with the Cannibal Abduction game. Now we have to play through the second game. So before starting with the second game, it's very important that you go to settings, turn off your internet connection and then set the date to October 31st, which is basically Halloween. This is necessary for a trophy, otherwise you can't find the items in the game. So once you have set your date, go back and start the game the Night of the Scissors. Just in case, check the settings and set the brightness to shiny. This game is very short, but you probably will end up playing through it a few times, because we need to complete the game at least once without getting hit by the killer. So this is a bit random and luck based. The controls are the same as in the previous game. So first thing is, go straight and through the staff only door. Run down and go left. Pass the vending machine and go into the room to your right. At the end of this room there is a safe. First enter the code 6969 to get a trophy. Now interact with the safe again and enter the code 3482 to get a key. Now interact with the safe again to pick up the money. Now leave the room, go down here, now go left here and enter the ladies' room to find the first newspaper. There are only 3 newspapers and we need to read all of them to get the trophy. So read through it and then leave the room. Now go all the way to the other side, enter the room to your left, turn left again and interact with the note on the table. Now go all the way back to the first vending machine. Now interact with the vending machine and pick up the flash to get the key. So now go down, go right and immediately left. Keep going straight and open the door to your left. Now pick up the saw and leave the room. Go through the opening to your right. Go straight and use the saw on the bars. Now to your left you can find the first special item, which is only available if you set the time on October 31st. In the same room you can also find the second newspaper. I apologize for doing everything a bit fast, but if you're too slow the enemy will find you and kill you. So now move to the next room, past the vending machine. Usually if you play through the game fast, here is the first time you should encounter the killer. So to avoid getting killed or hit, I suggest hide right here and wait till the enemy leaves this place. But before you hide, I suggest pick up the rope, which is right here. Now try to play a bit safe and try to hide and wait till the enemy leaves this place. Once you feel safe, go out, turn left and go straight till you end up on the wall and then go left to find the second Halloween item. So now go left and immediately left again. Go through the big opening, go straight and then right and left through the opening to find the last newspaper. Now go back through the opening and immediately left. Interact with the hole and climb down. The next part of the game is a bit tricky. We need to get through the cellar traps without triggering the alarm. If we trigger the alarm we have to start over. So first interact with the switch right here and then go upstairs through the door. Now be very carefully. First stay on the left wall and pick up the third Halloween item. Now go slowly back to the door. Now try to go into the middle of the room. Now stay on the right side of the wall. Now go towards to the camera. Now slightly left, a little bit down and slightly right and you should be done. Now go through the door to your left. Now go all the way upstairs. Like I said before, if you failed the previous section or already got hit by the killer, just start the game again and speedrun through it. Do not care about any collectibles, this should allow you to get through the game within 3 minutes. So now check the shelf and pick up the tape. To your left there is a locker where you can hide, keep that in mind, because right now is a high chance that the killer will chase you. After picking up the tape, go downstairs and open the door to your left. After getting through the door there's a very high chance that the killer will appear. If this happens, run back upstairs and hide in the locker. Now keep running straight and tape the wires to open the exit. And that's it guys, this will unlock the last 2 trophies and of course the platinum. I hope you found this video useful, thanks for the attention, see you in my next one.